Going into no contact will not help your ex get used to living their day-to-day life without you. I'm Coach Pro, relationship coach. Let's get into it. So a lot of people are afraid of going into no contact with an ex because they're scared that if they go into no contact with their ex is going to get used to living life without them. They're afraid that by going into no contact, their ex is going to very slowly be able to detach from them. But in reality, this isn't what happens when you go into no contact with a dumper. So when an ex already chooses to break up with you, they've already premeditated the breakup, so they've already thought of breaking up with you in advance, and they're already feeling, for the most part, pretty relieved to go through with this decision. Yes, some exes might have some moments of sadness at the beginning, but for the most part, they're feeling relieved. They've wanted this breakup. They thought it through. And so when you go into no contact with an ex, you're essentially forcing an ex to actually experience the breakup. Just because an ex felt like they were ready for the breakup and they've premeditated it and this is what they wanted, it doesn't mean that when they experience that they're also going to still want it. Remember, we can want certain things, but once we have them, we can realize we don't want it as much as we thought that we did. Same thing with the breakup. And so although you're afraid that by going into no contact, your ex might start detaching from you or getting used to living life without you, it's the opposite. It's much easier to detach from somebody when you still have them. When you still have a person, you can very slowly start mentally detaching from that person. You can take more space, more distance, spend a little bit less time here and there, and very slowly get used to life without them. But when an ex breaks up with you and you eventually go into no contact, your ex now is forced to actually experience what life is like without you. Your ex doesn't have the opportunity to detach. Remember that when you go into no contact, the exes, the dumpers, start with the relief stage. They start off by feeling very relieved, by putting themselves out there, by trying to have fun, going out, hanging out with people, by trying to find a lot of fun distractions to do to not have to think about the breakup. So your ex isn't actually trying to detach at the beginning of the breakup. And then if, for example, you're in no contact and you're not in your ex's life, what's even better than that is now an ex is forced to experience every single consequence of losing you. So when you're not in your ex's life, an ex's birthday, for example, can come up and they can think how much nicer was last year, or they can listen to a song and it can trigger a memory that you two shared last summer with you. But the point is that there's so many memories and there's so many moments where an ex can start feeling your absence and missing you. Your ex can, for example, have a bad day and wish they could just call you. But if, for example, you're still in your ex's life, you're still giving your ex every single benefit of a relationship without being in a relationship, you're just not giving your ex the opportunity to ever actually miss you and to ever be able to experience what life is like without you. An ex cannot miss you if they don't lose you. And so it's actually a lot easier for your ex to detach from you if you're still actively